is your presence in the city of Atlanta. All right, somebody say meal prep.
Meal prep.
When you hear the words meal prep, you're like, oh, Lord, here we go. And the witnesses like, oh, Lord, here we go. So you start thinking about what in the world is meal prepping, or you've heard about meal prep, but sometimes you have several different myths about meal prep, what all it is, what all it isn't, and all that good stuff. So just for a few moments, I won't be long, I want to just give you some tips of what I do, right? Because if I haven't tried it, I really can't really speak on something that I haven't tried. So meal prep. Understand that meal prepping is not necessarily a diet. It is a lifestyle. And meal prepping is when you're deciding on when you're going to do this and how long and how frequent you're going to do this here. So it's important to understand your why. Why in the world am I meal prepping? I'm going to tell you, when you meal prep on Saturday or Sunday, number one, you're saving time because you're preparing your food for the rest of the week. I don't meal prep 7 days a week. No, of course not. I didn't meal prep for this weekend. I got a birthday that I'm heading over to in a few minutes. So, not for my birthday, but my siblings, yeah. Thank you. And so, I got some red velvet cake I will be eating tonight. Made from a piece of cake. So I won't be doing meal prep. But the thing about it is that it's all in moderation. So whatever you're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, you got to make sure that you schedule out your day and know your why. Number one, know why you meal prep. What are your goals? What are the things that you're going to work on? Someone else's plan may be totally different from yours. So you got to understand what is your why. Why am I doing this here? And when you understand your why, then you know what to do. Somebody say what to do.
What to do.
So I'm going to give you some tips of how I meal prep. Normally, you can go to Target or Walmart and get several containers. Those containers, you can get about $10 and you can get a bundle of those, maybe $10 to $15. And you get those containers. And you want to get fresh vegetables and food as much as possible. I go to Costco's, you can get broccoli, you can get asparagus, all type of items you can get and meal prep yourself with. Whatever you're going to do, measure it out if you can. So I have measuring cups, and I'm able to measure out what my meal preps are for the week. Normally I do between 20 to 30 meal prep, and it's normally Monday to Thursday. Because from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday come. So I love soul food, so I love soul food. So I am not doing the meal prepping on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if you eat right and clean all the way up to Thursday and Friday come, you can relax a little bit. So meal prepping is just about doing things in moderation. But number one, you gotta know your why. Somebody say why.
Why?
Once you know your why, then you gotta find out what. Say what.
What?
What do you need to get? You're not gonna get stuff that you don't like. You're gonna get food that you like. You're just gonna eat it in better portions, moderation. So once you do that, you already know, make sure you do at least 2 meal preps per day if you're gonna do it for 4 days a week. Because around lunchtime, you can go to your meal prep. You can go to what you've already prepared for. At least 2 meals per day. And the last meal, you can sort of wing that meal a little bit, all right? Or if you want to meal prep the entire day, you can. But if you don't schedule it and schedule what you're gonna do, you're gonna get off track. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm supposed to be, but I didn't have time. If you don't make time for it, it's not gonna happen. So number one, I want you to remember these couple things. Number one, you gotta schedule your sweat. Say schedule.
Schedule.
My sweat.
My sweat.
You gotta schedule your sweat. So in a few moments, y'all finna sweat it up with Tiffany, right?
Yes.
So you are intentional about coming here. Some people are like, well, I'll be in the back of the class, so I will not be in the front, and she won't be calling me out saying, come on in the back. So you're gonna be like, I'll be way in the back. But you gotta schedule your what?
Sweat.
You gotta schedule your sweat. You gotta know when, I gotta sweat off these pounds. I gotta sweat off what I ate over the weekend. Schedule your sweat. Number 2, schedule your sweets. Say schedule.
Schedule.
My sweets.
My sweets.
Now you cannot just be working out and doing everything and not having the sweets. So schedule when the time you're gonna have your sweets. Because if not, you're gonna be irritated, rolling your eyes at Tiffany. You're gonna be having like, look at she, I don't wanna do all that. You who are watching virtually, you got to schedule your suite. It's okay to have a little something, but you got to do that in moderation. Moderation is the key. But if you're just doing all work and no play, that's boring, right?
That's boring.
That's real boring, right? Right, real boring. So you got to make sure that you begin to plan and schedule your sweat, schedule your sweets, and even a little something, schedule yourself.
Hello.
Whatever you're going to sip on, your little wine, whatever it is, you got to schedule that. So you're not going to do it just haphazardly, but you got to schedule your sweat, your sweets, and your sip. Now, some of you all, you deal with things that come your way, and you got to confront some things. Somebody say confront.
Confront.
I want you to confront three things. Number one, I want you to understand you got to confront your ex. Somebody say, Keep looking straight. You got to confront your ex, because your ex will always try to tell you what you can't do. Your ex will always keep you in bondage. When I talk about your ex, I'm talking about your excuses.
Hello.
What were you thinking about? It's your excuses that keep you in bondage. It's your excuses that says, girl, you ain't got to be a prep, man. You ain't got to do this. You keep making an excuse, and you will always excuse. Somebody say excuses. Excuses. Come on, say it like a minute. Say excuses. Excuses. Look at your neighbor and say, confront your excuses. Confront your ex. Somebody say your ex. Your ex. Number two, you gotta confront your experiences. You had some bad experiences. You started, you stopped. Started, you stopped. But this is your course. I'm going to pursue the goal and the dream, regardless of the obstacles and the criticism. I'm going to stay on course. Confront your experiences. Yes, you had an experience where you dropped the ball. I started so many things and stopped. Right now, I'm at about 20 pounds down. I was at 262. I'm at about 242 right now. I was intentional. Now this weekend, I may be able a little bit more. But it's okay though, because when I start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I already know what I'm going to do. And you got to continually measure yourself and get on the scale, even when you're like, I don't want to do it today. Get on it. You got to confront the experiences you had over the weekend. But you got to confront your excuses, your experiences, and number three, confront your expectations. What are you expecting to get as a result of this class? Even just simply eating right, what are you expecting? Because whatever you are expecting, that's the thing that's going to show up. What are you expecting? And you got to stay in your lane. There are some people that are trying to lose 20, 30. What is your goal? Stay in your lane. Let your neighbor say, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Because so many times we start doing things that's really not what we have a goal to do. And I want you to understand something. I look at life different through metaphors and analogies and allegories and all that type of stuff. So when I look at life, I want you to think for a moment. Look at yourself like medicine. Say I'm medicine.
Medicine.
You're not over the counter. You're prescription only. When you are prescription only, that means in order for people to get access to you, they got to have a prescription. And I want you to look at something for a moment and think just for a moment. If you're like medicine, 4 things about a medicine bottle that I understand that keeps me sober. Number one, it says don't exceed the recommended dosage. That means don't exceed yourself to too many things, too many people, because whatever you do, people are OD on you. Because you gotta know who you are, and you can't exceed yourself to doing a bunch of things that's not according to your purpose and your destiny. When you go in Target and Walmart, you can see other stuff, but you know you're going in there to get your meal prep stuff. You're going in there to get, so you can't get sidetracked. Because you will get sidetracked on some patty pies, sweet potato, whatever. You're going to get sidetracked. So you got to stay focused. Don't exceed the recommended dosage. Number 2, something about a medicine bottle. It says store it room temperature. Store your life in the right environment, in the right temperature. Just being in this environment, it's going to challenge you. It's going to change the way you think. And all of a sudden, you're going to leave out of here even more determined than you did before you came in. Number 1, don't exceed the recommended doses. Store your life, number 2, in the right environment. Because if medicine goes in the wrong environment, what happened?
Not
is not good. You lose your effectiveness, the potency of who you are when you get in the wrong environment. So you're in an environment where you're being stimulated. You're in an environment where there are things that can really enhance you and take you to the next level. Number 3 about a medicine bottle and about you being this prescription-only person, it says, keep out of the reach of children. Medicine cannot be around children. And when I think about that, what that is saying, your life is like medicine. You got to keep yourself away from immature folks.
Yeah.
Immature people can't take you. They can't take your dream. They can't take your goal. They can't even take what you're trying to do because they don't understand who you are. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're not here by accident. You are here because this is your moment. This is your time. This is your year that you're going to do something different. You're not going to come out of 2021 the same way you came in. So there's something about knowing that if I am a medicine, if I am like medicine, everybody can't take me. Look at your neighbor and say, everybody can't take me. Say they can't take you either. They can't take you. You wonder why people have an attitude because they OD on who you are. Never water yourself down for people who can't take you at 100%. And when you understand that I'm going to do this meal prep, they're going to laugh at me at the house. Mama will say, well, you did that before. What makes it different this time? This time I'm firing up even more. This time I'm going to stay on course. This time I am going to finish what I started. Number 4, and I'm out of here. Something about medicine, it says don't take certain medicines if you are pregnant. When you think about pregnancy, think about expecting. So when you are expecting something, you get around other people that can help you give birth to the thing that's on the inside of you. So what are you expecting? What are you expecting? That's what's going to happen. Meal prepping is when you simply schedule your day. Because if you don't schedule your day will come back at you. If you don't tackle your day will tackle you. So you got to be determined when I get up, this is what I'm going to eat. This is what I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to stick with it. And so a lot of times I take a lot of pine nuts or any type of pistachios, any type of nut that keeps me full throughout the day as well. You want to make sure you balance yourself with the fruit that you take, because sometimes a lot of fruit has a lot of sugar. So you have to be mindful of that, and always hydrate. Hydrate yourself with liquids. You need to make sure you're doing that, because when you're doing that, you're going to see the pound. Because most of this, eating and losing weight is really how you eat, in addition to sweating it off as well. So that means that hopefully you didn't stuff yourself before you came here, that you are ready to really get it on. Because today's session is going down.
Oh, it's going down.
It's going down. So Tiffany is ready, she is ready, she is ready. She's smiling on that mask, but y'all don't know. Don't get scared. And nobody can leave out the door. We're going to make sure the door is locked. So you cannot leave out. Your food, if you can keep I tell you, the results, you don't have to worry about photoshopping no more your pictures. You're going to see some results this time. Because the thing about it is that when you're focusing vision, when you got a vision in front of you, you don't have to Photoshop what God has already photographed in your heart. When it's in your heart, you don't have to worry about saying, you know what, I'm not, because when you really know who you are, you know what you got to crop out, and you know who you got to crop out. Because there's a picture on the inside that says, I'm going to do this time. So what do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? And do it. It's simple. It's not hard. Just schedule your meals. If you ain't got no containers, put them in paper plates, whatever you got to do. But this is what you're going to stick with. And at least stick with it at least for, just try it out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you don't see no results, go back to Cookout down the street. But be determined that I'm going to schedule my sweets. I'm going to schedule my sweat. Most of the time, we schedule our sweets, but we don't schedule our sweat. And all of a sudden, the pounds come on. So be determined that you can do this, all right? Y'all ready?
Ready.
Y'all ready? So make sure before you leave, even before this weekend is over, get what you need and begin to measure your food. I'm not going to tell you, you know what you shouldn't be eating. And you know what you can eat in moderation. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Stay in your lane. And don't, if you really want to get public accountability, post online where you want to be a month from now. And if you ain't there, don't post no picture. They're like, well, I thought you said. So look, if you don't want nobody to know, but something about public accountability, it makes you say, you know what, I got to do this. I already don't post this here. Unless you're going to deactivate your page for about a month. You're going to have to stick with it, all right? So make sure that you stick with it, all right? And I guarantee you the results are going to blow your mind, all right? So hopefully y'all are ready. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Ready. Somebody say Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Bring it.
Bring it.
We ready.
We ready.
Thank you, Tiffany.